3 ways you can raise your credit score in the next 30 days and 3 mistakes you're going to want to avoid. It's the Jay and Brian Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Brian.
I'm Jay.
And today we are talking about credit and how you can quickly raise your score.
That's right. And there's a lot of really good strategies out there in order to quickly and easily raise your credit scores without really having to do much. So today we're going to talk about some of these strategies and really how you can do this to maximize savings when you're purchasing or refinancing your home.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of good advice and there's a lot of bad advice. And some of the advice that you get isn't necessarily the best when you're trying to qualify for a mortgage.
Right, because sometimes things that you do which will help your score in the long term could actually lower your score.
That's right.
Which isn't what you want while you're in the qualification process.
So hopefully what we talk about today will help you with this.
Absolutely. But before we jump into our 3 ideas, we have to tell you that we are not credit counselors. The advice that we are giving is from the perspective of a mortgage lender who wants to help you qualify for a mortgage loan.
That's right.
And also, please drop your comments below with ideas and strategies that have worked well for you to raise your credit score. We love hearing of your ideas and what's worked for you. But here we go. Let's jump into it. What's number 1, Jay?
So the number 1 thing that we would believe to be the most, I would say the quickest and easiest way would be to pay down any existing credit card balance to 25 or 30% of its high limit. In doing so, you'll actually get a positive scoring value without having to pay it to 0.
And revolving debt, your credit cards, is what drives your credit score the most. It has the biggest impact on your score.
It does.
And then also the 25 to 30%. So the point being that you don't actually have to pay it down to 0 to maximize the
Correct.
benefit.
And you definitely don't want to close it. So yeah. So paying it down 25 to 30%, you're definitely going to get an increase on score on that.
Great.
The more times you do it, the more accounts. You know, the more exactly more benefit.
Awesome.
What's next, Brian?
Number 2 is call your creditor, your credit card company, and ask them for a credit line increase. You won't always get approved for it, but oftentimes you will. And when you raise your credit limit, you're lowering your debt ratio, which helps your credit score. Does 2 things: helps your credit score, but it also raises your buying power because now you have more room for a bit higher mortgage payment.
For sure.
Yeah.
So number 3 way to increase your credit score quickly and easily would be to wake up a dormant account. And I know that not everybody has old credit accounts. Dormant accounts would be something that you maybe had a credit card laying around. You've had it for 5, 10 years, something like that. Yep. But a great way to do it would be to actually wake up that dormant account by just reactivating it, charging something small on it, and then paying it off when you get the credit card bill.
So a pack of gum. Or a tank of gas.
Oh yeah, just buy a shirt, whatever.
Awesome.
But yeah, anything just to wake up that dormant account so that you get positive scoring value for that account again.
The point being, it has to be used in the most recent 4 to 6 months for it to show up and be positively impacted. Even though it's open, if you haven't used it, it's not going to actually help your score.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yep.
Got it. So that's our 3 quick ways to raise your score, but equally as important, there are some mistakes that you want to avoid. So here are 3 things you want to think about while you're qualifying for a mortgage when it comes to your credit that you don't want to do. Number 1 is don't open any new accounts. You definitely don't need to go into the big furniture store and buy a whole bunch of new furniture before your purchase loan actually closes or before your refinance loan closes. You can wait. I promise you can wait. Every time you open up a new account, it's a hard credit pull. It's probably 5 to 10 points on your credit score. And then the other big danger there is that if you charge up too much all of a sudden, you're going to have not only could it potentially lower your score, but also it could increase your debt to the point where we're having to calculate a new monthly debt payment into your debt ratios. And that could be a problem for your qualification.
Bad combo. Number 2 would be don't pay off old collections. And I know this might really sound like counterintuitive, but don't pay off old collections without consulting the loan officer first.
But Jay, why is this?
Sometimes what will happen is when you actually go to pay that collection off, it actually picks up a brand new negative scoring value on your credit scores.
Turns into a new negative account.
So it's like a brand new negative account. Whereas if you just let it sit there dormant, the longer it sits with no activity, the better it actually is when you're trying to qualify for a mortgage.
Yeah. So bottom line, talk to your loan officer before you pay off any collections because it might actually be more beneficial not to.
Correct.
Counterintuitive.
A little counterintuitive, absolutely.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is do not miss payments. So when your payments are due, make sure you pay them.
Yeah. This is a killer.
Open your mail.
This one's a killer. I mean, one missed payment, 30-day late 20 to 30 points.
20 to 30 points easy.
One account, one missed payment.
Yep.
Huge.
Yep. So very, very difficult when you're trying to qualify for a mortgage. Don't miss any payments.
Yep. So that's it, guys. Real quick, that's our top 3 tips for how to quickly increase your score, as well as 3 things you're going to want to avoid while you're qualifying for a mortgage. Again, please drop us comments below. We want to hear what ideas and strategies have worked well for you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please smash that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. It does help us to reach more people. And I think that's all we have for now, Jay.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep. Sounds good.
Guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.